It was the preseason picture day at the University of Kansas, and so the super player that they had just recruited and was preparing to play his first season at Kansas was Wilt Chamberlain. So I go to the picture day and I bring along some big strobes and I set up the lighting, and I made several pictures of Wilt with the fingertip roll, which he became famous of, and tipping the ball into the basket. And I did a number of action pictures like that, and I kept thinking to myself, this doesn't really show that he's 7 feet tall. And at that moment, as I was getting ready to try something else, Wilt sat down in a folding chair at the side of the court to retie his shoes. And I looked over there and I thought, oops, that's it. That's the picture. So I moved the chair around to where the lights were all set up and said, all right, could you just tie your shoes again? And so he did, where the light was right. He had a very high waist. And so when he sat in a folding chair, the legs were very, very tall. And that, more than a full-length picture, began to tell you how tall and how big a person that he really was. So I photographed that, and there was this new magazine that I really aspired to work for someday called Sports Illustrated. So I printed up a bunch of these pictures of Wilt, including that one, and I put them in an envelope and I sent them off. They had their Monday morning planning meetings, and Andre Laguerre, who was managing editor, said, okay, let's do a story on this Wilt Chamberlain out in Lawrence, Kansas. Jerry Astor goes back to his office, and my envelope was on his desk. And he started looking through the pictures, so he took them back into Andre's office and says, you know, like 10 minutes later, well, here's your Wilt Chamberlain pictures. And Andre looked at them and looked at the one of him seated in the chair and said, that's it, that's fine, that's our picture. And so thus it was the first picture I ever sent to Sports Illustrated ran almost a full page.